Hey y'all, what's up? This is Jesse Both, aka J-Bone, and we are here to talk a little bit about the Spring Open. I know y'all are right in the middle of playing the Easter Links tournament. Hopefully y'all have just finished your opening rounds and y'all shot some good shots. But today we're going to talk a little bit about the next tournament that's coming up, which starts on Monday. Yes, right after the final weekend round is over, we're going to start our new tournament on Monday. And this is the first of four major tournaments this year. Not sure how they're going to be dated. It seems kind of like they're following the PGA and their major tournaments right now. We got the Masters just getting ready to start. So we got the Spring Open for Golf Clash. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the holes. We're playing the Southern Pines course, and this is a very difficult, challenging, technical course. But first off, let's talk about the 19th hole. This is a new community page set up by me and SRJ TV. It's just a place for y'all to come together and enjoy each other's company and encourage each other. We really encourage newer players to come and ask questions. We have a lot of older players that know a lot about the game that are very willing and happy to help you improve your game. Okay, we're not here to make fun of your scores. We're here to encourage you and help you improve. So make sure to check us out, the 19th hole, and you can find us on Facebook. Just put the 19th hole in the search bar, and it should pull right up. Fill out your application, and one of us will pass you through. Also, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and give me the thumbs up on this video if you like it and you feel like it's helped you. If you don't feel like it's helped you and you have some suggestions for me, please leave those in the comment section below so I can help improve my videos for the future, because I'm here to help you and help you improve your scores in the tournament. So once again, make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified when I drop new videos. Hopefully I'm going to get some of these holes played on the Southern new course for this tournament and upload them onto my site so you can watch the individual holes being played. So we're going to go ahead, and this is the Spring Major. As you see, I've got my this is going to be my picture for the Spring Major. All of a lot of my stuff, you'll see this on there. Maybe one other thumbnail, but this is going to be the main one I'm using. So with that, we're going to go ahead and start off. We're going to go to hole number 1. Oh, no, one more thing to talk about. My bad. Get ahead of myself. One main thing different in the Spring Major is they're changing up the banners. They're going to be a little bit wider banner, so they'll be a little bit different. I guess they're going to do these for all the actual major open tournaments. The banners will be a little bit different, and so they'll stand out from the banners that you have right now. And as you can see, they're going to stick with the different types of ball prizes for each division, where they split up and give you more than one type of ball. They also made a change to the Kingmaker, where they're going to change the logo on them, and there'll be different colors depending on which division you won your ball in. So, all right, now we're going to go ahead to the first hole. We're going to make me a little bit smaller, get me out of the picture. And let's look at this first hole. We start off with a very challenging hole in this tournament. I personally don't believe there's going to be a lot of really good scores, and I think getting birdies on a lot of these holes and giving you chances to get those eagles is playing the hole really well. So for the rookies, you'll have several different ways you can play this hole. I'm going to draw each of the ways out, and then we're going to talk about them, okay? So first off, you have, with the tailwind, you can go right here and bounce it up into here, okay? If you have something with the big topper, you could maybe try this shot right here. Bounce it over the water and roll it. That's a little bit more of a risky shot in my opinion. Or if you have like a side wind or headwind, you can play it safer over to here, okay? Somewhere over in that section, depending on how aggressive you want to get with your shot. We're going to call this hole way 1, this way 2, and this one way 3. Okay. The aggressive path would definitely probably be way 3, but that path will give you the best opportunity for the eagle. Way 1 is going to be a safe route. We should put you in pretty good position for the birdie, but would be a much tougher shot to make that eagle. If you do decide to go way 1, I would suggest making sure you have your sniper or another driver that wood that you feel you're comfortable with, because from that shot right there, you're going to have to shoot right here. And what you want to do is you want to hop over that sand bunker and then from that onto the green. You do want to make sure that when you're approaching this green that you stay on the right side of the green without too much speed. If you go off the green a little bit into the fairway on the right side of the green, that's fine. You'll have a very easy chip for your birdie. But if you do go left, there's a very steep slope to the green, and your ball will roll down, and it may leave you a very tough putt, or even possibly a chip from the rough, which is something you do not want to do on this hole. So just be very careful when you're making your approach shot to the green to stay along the right side. If you have to go into the fairway, just right of the green, that's okay. If you want to try to get aggressive with that hole to get that eagle, then that's up to you. The best chance to get your eagle, though, is if you go with the way number 3, and you land in this zone right here. From there, you're going to have a short mid chip with that, and you definitely have a really good chance at eagle from there. Although you do have to be pretty precise with that shot because of the slope of the green. Let me see if we can. The green is basically that slope runs right here. Okay, anything to the left side of that line is a very aggressive right to left slope. So anything that any ball that's right there on the edge of that line is going to roll down into that little valley area. So let's go ahead and move on to hole number 2, and this is a par 3. This is definitely going to be a curl shot. You're going to be using your sniper. If you have a sniper, low-level sniper, big dog, you definitely want to use a club that has some curl on it, and you're going to be landing it in this area right here. You probably want to play it with about 50% curl at least, some right side spin, and a little bit of backspin to stop it. And what you want to do is you want to hit here, roll up onto this hill, and let it fall back down into the hole. That's going to be your best chance of getting the ace on this hole. So you got to kind of find that happy medium where you have enough speed to roll up that hill so that your ball can roll back down it to the hole, but not too much speed where you do roll off the green and into that fairway or rough even possibly. You also want to make sure you don't cut the corner too tightly because you don't want to land in that bunker right there. Okay, so this is one of those holes that you definitely want to get out there, try to practice it. Monday is a great day to practice what you're going to see the rest of the week. I always do Monday practice for my accounts and try to learn the course, try to figure things out. If you want to try something new, try it out, Monday. If you feel like you need another day of practice, go ahead, do Tuesday. But then Thursday, you really got to get down to business and make those shots. So that's hole number 2. There's really not a whole lot to it. It's a pretty straightforward hole. Hit it with a wood with curl and stick your shot. Hole number 3. Several different ways to play this hole too. If you have a really good tailwind, you can play it straight up the middle. Try to land it in this zone right here. If you have side wind or a right tailwind, right to left tailwind, you can go this way, hop right here over into this way. If you do have a headwind and you're scared to go left, you don't have enough to go right, you can try to land your ball right in here. And then from there, your second shot would be to this area and a hop over to there for your second shot. From the far left, which we're going to call number 1, number 2, and number 3. From number 1, you will be taking your second shot to hop it in this circle right here and jump over that creek to that other fairway. Make sure to use your top spin. You definitely want to use top spin on shot number 1 off the tee box and shot number 2. Just make sure that you do be careful on your second shot because it's a downhill shot. So do not aim your shot too close to that rough section right there, or you might hit the rough and go into the rough or maybe the water even. So make sure you hit your shot with topspin and bounce it over the water. That third option right here, if you can get far enough up that fairway, you can lay yourself up in here, which would be a really good chance. If you can do it, it would give you a really good shot at the hole from there. So let's move on. All right, this is our next hole, and it's a par 4. Par 4. And this hole is a tough hole. There's different ways you can play it. For the rookies, most likely you're going to have a tailwind. It's probably going to be a left to right tailwind, if I had to guess. And the most risky but the most rewarding shot is going to be this one right here, where you try to land it in here and bounce it over to this zone right here. If you do that, you're going to want to use your top spin. Make sure you have a ball with some be able to right spin and do a bit of right curl. Not too much, but just enough. But you just want to make sure on your tee shot that you do not land. Do not aim your ball too close to that rough zone right there, because if you do hit a great shot, you will be in the rough, and then you will be in trouble for your second shot. So just give yourself a little bit of leeway room when you're setting up your drive, depending on the type of wind that you get. If you do want to try to go a little bit of a safer route, you can take your tee shot this way, and you'll bounce it in here and over this bunker to this section right here. For that shot, you will set yourself up with two different approaches to the green. Either you can take a wood shot over here with a lot of curl, or you can go straight at it and jump it off this little kind of that bump and run off that little patch of rough right there. If you do go off the patch of rough to the left-hand side, make sure you use full top spin and right spin to counteract that that slope of the rough. But if you do want to curl it, you're going to use full curl left, full backspin, and full side spin to the left for that shot right here. Okay. If you decide to go with the right side, your second shot will be a very straight-on shot to the green with a fairway wood. Okay. Next hole is a par 3, and this is a fun one. Sometimes it gives people some problems. There's a few ways you can play this one as well. I like to use my quarterback on this one, and I like to land my quarterback right in here. Oops. Right in here with a lot of left curl, some backspin, at least 3 bars of backspin, and left side spin. So what I do is I hit my shot here, land it, it hops, rolls up that hill, and then filters back down towards the hole. A lot of times that is not a way you can really probably get a hole-in-one, but as long as you get it on the green, your ball will filter back down towards the hole, and it should be a fairly easy putt for a birdie. The 2 ways you can go to try to get a hole-in-one on the rookie would be this little center green, which is a possible way with the rookie since the winds are lower, but you do have to make sure you have a very accurate shot on that shot, because if you don't, that little island area is kind of uneven, so your ball can take kind of a weird hop off of it. Or you can try to go to this left zone right here, and from that way you'll be using a 1 to 2 backspin and right side spin. And what you do is you're going to take your shot, hit, hop over, up the hill, and back down towards the hole. And that's how you would get the ace on this hole. I've got an ace going that left way and the center way, so I know they are definitely both possible on the rookie, in the rookie tournament. All right, moving on to our next hole. So for this hole right here, you can either play it safe with your drive and bring it up here into this little area here, Or you can play the more aggressive shot, which would be the shot you would play with tailwind, where you drive it here, bounce it off this little this fairway area, and roll it out into the fairway over here. And from there, you'll have a very easy shot onto the green. If you go the left route, you will have to take your shot over here, bounce it here, roll it up into this area right here for your third shot onto the green. So I would recommend going the right way, unless you feel like you have the clubs and the distance to do it. Then just play it safe going left. This is once again another opportunity you could do on Monday to test out your shot to the right and see if you do have the club with enough power to make it over that rough. All right, we're moving on to our next hole. And this hole is pretty straightforward, actually. You're going to take your drive off the tee box, try to land it in this zone right here. The farther up and to the right you get, the better. So you got to decide how close along that rough line you want to play your driver, because the more around that corner you get, the better you're set up for your second shot onto the green. I have seen some people take their tee shot, bounce it off here up into this area right here. That is definitely a possibility. Not one that I would suggest, though, because your second shot onto the green does not leave you a whole lot of room in landing zone, and it definitely could be a risky shot, because if you don't make it to the green, you will hit that hill, roll back down, probably not go in the water, but you definitely leave yourself a very tough third shot out of the rough. That second shot from the left side, very, very makeable shot. Take a little bit precision skill on that shot. Make sure you remember that it's an uphill shot, so the wind may not affect your ball as much. And just try to make sure you don't go too far to the right, because if you do go too far to the right, your ball may hit that slope and go back down towards the water. Our next hole is hole number 8, and this hole is a par 3, and this is another one of those holes that you're going to be using a lot of curl. What you want to do is, I use my big dog because I know it has a lot of curl, and I like to land it right in here. The farther up into that zone you get, the better. And from there, you're going to use at least one backspin. And I use pretty much my full right curl that I can get on my phone. I definitely don't go into landscape mode on this shot, but I do use as much curl as I can get on my phone. So let's call it phone curl. And from there, you will hit and roll this way. Hopefully up. You might go up that slope into the hole, or go directly at the hole from there. You do want to make sure that your second shot, your second bounce though, is landing in that zone right there. You do not want to land it on this fringe, because you might accidentally get that fringe glitch where it kind of just hits and just shoots off straight and rolls. You definitely don't want to do that. So that is definitely your pathway on this hole. Alright, so we are moving to our last hole, hole number 9, par 5. And this one right here, if you have a tailwind, you definitely want to take your drive to bounce it here and over here. I don't know if you have the distance to be able to drive it over that bunker, go for it. But if not, make sure that you do not aim too close to the edge of that rough, because if you have too much, I think it's a downhill shot from the tee box, so your wind, you will, if you play it too close to that edge, you may hit the rough and go into the bunker. So give yourself a little bit of room, give yourself a little bit of extra room when you line up that shot to jump over the sand bunker. If you do have a headwind and you don't feel like you can make it, you can always lay up over here. You can also go this way. I don't think anybody will be going this way. That's kind of like, that kind of looks like a shot we took in the Easter tournament. So from all these positions, your second shot most likely is unless you're in this one right here, will not be a shot onto the green. From here, you would shoot, bounce here over into this area. You'd have a short chip from there. If you take the center route, you definitely might have a chance to get over that rough and bounce it onto the green. You have to use some good left spin for that shot. And if you were able to go the right way, I guess you would have a shot to the green. Maybe a bump and run shot, something like that. But you know, it's a lot of technical shots in this tournament, and not a lot of big time eagle shots, in my opinion. So let us go back to hole number 1. We're just going to go through the holes so I can tell you what par they are, because I failed to mention that. Hole number 1 is a par 4. Hole number 2, of course, is a par 3. This is a par 5. Okay. Par 4. Par 3. Par 5. So if you're wanting to get the eagle on this hole, definitely wanting to try to get this shot right here. Definitely want to get that shot right there. If you go the short route, that's 1, 2, 3. That's probably that's a birdie. That's a birdie route right there. You got to go right to try for the eagle on this one. This one is a par 4. So you're really playing for the birdie on this one, unless you get, you know, a really good drive. If you can get your drive up into this area right here, you might have a really good chance for the eagle. But anywhere back in here, it's going to be a really difficult angle. You're going to have to use definitely some right side spin to get that shot, and probably some backspin to get that shot up and stop at the hole. Let's see. Par 3 and par 5 to end it off. Let's see, on this one we go, that's 1, 2. Okay, that's probably your best way to go for the eagle on this one. If you lay it up here, that's 1 right there. That's 2. So you're looking, if you go this route right here, that's your best eagle route. If you go this route right here, that would be your small chance at the eagle. You'd have to hit a chip. So if you have the drive to get over here, though, your second shot would take you to the green, so that would definitely be an eagle chance as well. But anyways, that's the holes. That's what you got. Try to get there. Tour 6 is what you can play. I think Tour 6 will be from the second tee. So there aren't really any tours you can play for the first tee from. So it's definitely tough to kind of practice from the first tee on this course. But you can kind of get the idea. I might be wrong. It might be the first tee you're playing from on Tour 6. I haven't checked it out yet. So if it is, awesome. You'll get some practice. If it's not, you know, just keep in mind, every shot you take, it will be a little bit less to get to, you know, the shots that you want when you actually do play it in the tournament. So it's Tour 6. Make sure to check back on Monday. I will try to play early, get that wind guide out early on Monday so that you know the types of winds that you will be facing for each of these holes. Because if you are someone that plans, takes notes and likes to know what your shots are going to be before you take them, knowing what the winds are going to be like on those key shots is definitely going to help. And all of my routes will be the more aggressive routes for the holes. Okay? So, anyways, I'm going to go back to start. And I'm actually going to go through these holes just real quickly and draw the routes that I will take. I showed you all of the routes the first time through, and you can decide which one you want to take. But let me show you the routes that I am probably going to take. And if it does change, if my routes do change, I definitely will tell you about that in the wind guide, because I do have the extra mile 5, so I don't know that I will be able to take the routes that I want to take, but I definitely will try them on Monday. So the first route I will take is bounce in here. Uh-oh, I lost my keyboard stand. There, over to there, and my second shot will be at the hole. Definitely the curl shot here. There's only really one route you can take there. This one right here, I'm probably going to go this way, and then this way, bounce over, and then my third shot onto the green. That's going to be the route I'll take on that hole. And this hole, I definitely will take this route right here, bounce over, next shot to the green. And this one right here, I will probably use this one right here where I land my extra mile here and bounce it over. Well, actually it'd be more like this. Bounce it over. There we go. I may look at the middle route too. I might check that one out and try that. That might be the more aceable route. It just depends on the kind of wind I get. If it's under 5, I might go that way. If it's above 5, I definitely won't go that way. Alright, on this route, I'm definitely going to go with this way to bounce it here and then shot to the green. That is definitely the best way to go on this one. Pretty sure I can make it. Might have to overpower my shot a little bit. Okie dokie, this is a fairly easy, simple, straightforward route. Trying to get it up in here. Second shot to the green. And this one's an easy one. Here. Roll it on. Full right, full right phone curl. And this one, I'm definitely going to try to hop it, roll to there. Second shot over that and roll it up towards the green. On the green or right there at the fringe. That's going to be my, what I try to do. So, that's it. If y'all have any questions, put in the comment section. Most of your shots on this hole, especially if you're in the rookie, if you're going aggressively for it, you're going to be using the extra mile. If you're trying to lay up, you could probably use something like the rock or the quarterback that has a little bit better accuracy. I like the backbone for most of the shots. The Malibu for anything out of the sand. I like the big dog for some of those par 3 curls. You could try another wood, whatever you're most comfortable with. Just make sure that it's a wood that has a lot of curl on it, because you definitely got to have the curl and the distance to make the jumps. And think of anything else? I think that's it. So y'all just make sure to check back on Monday for the wind guide. And, subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I do plan on trying to find some of these holes and get them posted so that you can see how they look as I play them in real life, okay? So until next time, peace out, thanks for joining me, and God bless.